sounds recording.
We're good?
You recording?
There's no live though, yeah.
Oh, okay. Simon, can you just clap for me, please?
Yeah. Can't get the clapperboards. Elaine, welcome. I'm beginning to recognise that to really understand and appreciate the amazing picture of Brunel and the launching chains, I need to understand a bit more about what was happening in industrial Britain in the Victorian times. It was quite a unique age, wasn't it?
That's right. Well, it's certainly a time of change, a lot of political change, industrial change. Britain obviously controls a massive empire at the time, so there is a need for the country to be efficient, to be quick thinking, if you like, and also to be able to respond to that to that eminent change. And industry is very much at the heart of it all.
Yeah. And with Brunel, transportation, the railway systems, how important an integral figure was he to this?
Very important. During Brunel's time and the Great Western Railway, there is no more time change, for instance, in the UK. People are able to travel from London to Bristol, to other parts of the UK, and then catch on a ship, for instance, like the Great Britain, and continue the voyages to other parts of the empire, to other parts of the world. So the landscape in Victorian Britain during that time is actually transforming because of Brunel's contribution.
Yeah. And this, I suppose, you could see best perhaps in the Great Exhibition of '51, what was happening in Victorian Britain?
Yeah, indeed. Must have been a very exciting time to be there and experience all of that. Brunel again is involved, is a key participant in all of that activity, and certainly Victoria and Albert, who were who Brunel was known to, are patrons of industry, patrons of the art, and photography is very much at the heart of both.
Engineers.
Sorry, can we just cut?
Elaine, I'm beginning to recognise that to fully appreciate the importance of the photograph of Brunel and the launching chains, I need to understand more about what was happening in Victorian Britain at the times.
Well, it's a time of change, if anything, of rapid progression in anything that has to do with industry, transport, massive development in the arts, and Brunel is actually very much at the heart of that.
Right, and transportation, the railways, Brunel was a key figure, wasn't he?
Yes, indeed. Within Brunel's time and his involvement with the railways, the time difference between cities in this country does not exist anymore. So that's really crucial. Certainly, anything that has to do with his construction of bridges or his involvement with ships means that people can now travel from London to Bristol, for instance, catch a ship and find themselves in any other part of the world or the empire, which is really important.
And Victoria and Albert, did they take a keen interest in what was happening in terms of transport and Brunel?
Indeed, they're promoters of anything that has to do with technological change and industry, as well as promoters of the art, which sees photography very much aligned with those.
Yeah. And I suppose a physical manifestation of this was the Great Exhibition of 1851. I mean, it must have been an extraordinary show.
Oh, that must have been a wonderful thing. Certainly a very exciting time where everyone gets to showcase, the best of the technology and achievements in art and industry and engineering. Certainly.
And engineers themselves, they were viewed quite differently then, weren't they?
I think the profession had a different status, that is true. Brunel certainly elevated or changed people's perception of the engineering profession, and that has a lot to do with what he managed to achieve, but also due to his charisma